Hello, you awesome people, and welcome to Chatting Comics, where we chat about comic books and everything comic book related. And that is true. We wanted to bring that back, and we are. And why not bring it back with what I read in 2025, being the fact that we are in 2026? I know. New year, new comics, new reads, new everything. Let's just do this. That is right, you wonderful people. Welcome to 2026. We are going back to 2025 and looking through what I read that year. Why? Because I did try to read a lot of different stories from the year before. I tried to push myself to read as much as I can, and I managed to do it. I think I did three graphic novels every month. I know it doesn't sound a lot, but you think it's just a bit over one a week. I want to try and do one a week this year, so look out for that one. But yes, it's some of the books are thicker than the others, so they do take me slightly longer. Again, life gets in the way. We know this. So anyway, let's just get cracking with Hunted, the Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus. This is great. I got this for a present from my other half. It is great. Kraven turns up, gets all the villains and Spidey, and basically has a battle royale with them. What more can you ask for? The artwork is crisp, it's beautiful, it's colourful. I feel every character in it, whether it be good or bad, doesn't get washed out, if that makes sense. You know, I mean, a minute ago you saw Scorpion, and you could recognise it was Scorpion. He didn't kind of fit in with the green background. All these other beautiful characters. I'm sorry about the lighting. But yes, all the characters are recognisable. You know, there's no one who gets washed out or lost into the background. It looks amazing. And it's a good read. It is quite a good read. Honestly, if you're a Spidey fan, you will enjoy this. If you're not, you probably will enjoy this anyway. And we'll move on to Aquaman, Volume 2, Black Manta Rising. Yes, this one. I picked this up from the car boot, and is it any good? You know what? For an Aquaman story, everyone shits on Aquaman, but it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. I quite enjoyed it. Was it the strongest thing I read this year? No. But is it one of the best looking ones I read this year? I'd have to say it's up there. I mean, it's clean, isn't it? It's really clean. I mean, you tell me something wrong with this artwork. You know when they're underwater, you know when they're not. It's a very good looking book. I've got nothing bad to say about it. Again, was it the strongest thing I read this year? Probably not, but it wasn't bad. This next one I struggled with. I know, an Iron Man comic. Ultimate Comics Iron Man, Demon in Armor. I struggled with this for some reason. I started it, I put it down, I had to move on to another one, and then I started it again. Why? I don't know. I don't know why I couldn't just get into this. It looks actiony. It's Iron Man. I don't know why I couldn't get into it. It just didn't make sense. Maybe it's because it's a different Iron Man to what I'm used to. Potentially, because it slightly is. But it's not a bad looking book, is it? I just could not get into it. Tell me down in the comments if I'm the only one. I did eventually get into it. I did get the feel for it. Again, was it the strongest story I read this year? Probably not. But again, it looks good. I personally just struggled with it. That's me. There's nothing bad to say about it. I just couldn't get into it. And sometimes that is all it is. Other people may enjoy it. You might not. Just take it on the chin and move on to something else. Marvel Zombies. I have read these before. Again, after I Am Out, I needed something to pick me up. Something easy reading just to pump through. And these are always easy reading. The artwork is pretty, not basic, but it is for a zombie comic. It's dark, it's gritty. It's a zombie comic at the end of the day. They're always pretty much similar styling. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. Again, it's always fun with Marvel Zombies. I needed to pick me up. This worked perfectly for what I needed it to do. Marvel Zombies, you sometimes can't go wrong with. This is the new one as well. Itsy Bitsy. I tell you now, this wasn't half bad. And I'm saying that, I'm a little bit biased. I am a Spidey fan, I am a Deadpool fan, but it wasn't half bad. It wasn't that bad. I thought it was going to be worse. I mean, blooded up spider webs are always great. Always get me, to continue reading. It happened. You know what I mean? It's Kurt turns up. I couldn't really ask for more out of this comic. It's clean. It's good looking. It has all my favourite characters in. It has that comical element. It's pretty much a Spider-Man Deadpool book. What more would you want? Was the plot any good? It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It really wasn't. I did enjoy this. Even surprising to me. I thought I wasn't for some reason. I thought this character was going to get annoying. I thought maybe these two would get annoying because they have done so much together, and I was wrong. It was a good read. I picked this up because I've read all the others, bar. This is War of the Undead Gods. I think this is the last one. And it's classic. Deceased. What else can I say? You know, I'm biased. I can't say anything too major because I'm completely biased when it comes to this comic, or this franchise anyway. I mean, look at it. It looks just amazing. It looks so much fun. It's colourful. It's violent. It's zombies. I mean, look at it. Wonder Woman just slashed this guy in the side. I can't remember his name. Oh, God. No, my mind's gone blank. Oh, tell me off down in the comments. Who is that guy? Because my brain just stopped working. Oh, God, I'm going to need to slap myself. You're going to read Deceased. Read the first one first. I wish you never understand this one. But read Deceased is amazing. Moving on from Deceased, we're going into one of my favourites. Hellboy. Hellboy has to be read at least once every year, just because Hellboy is awesome to me. I personally love a lot of Hellboy. I do want to try and get a full run collection. That includes the first appearance from the Next Men and all that. But that costs money, unfortunately. But Hellboy in graphic novel form is always awesome. I mean, the artwork is totally different to the DC and the Marvel stuff. It's a real nice mix-up. You got the dark and gloominess of the backgrounds and stuff, but Hellboy just being that red really pops. And again, especially when there's blood and stuff like that, they go through a lot of mythos and stuff. It's Hellboy. I just love Hellboy. The stories are good. I really enjoy all of this. Again, shameless plug. I did do a little story short and stuff. So again, Hellboy is just amazing. I highly recommend him to anyone. May not be everyone's cup of tea. 100% I understand that, but if you can, give it a go, because when he goes to hell, it's still just as good. Hellboy, gotta love it. Nice little wonder. I was going to say finish. It's not. Nice little book now. The rest of them work quite thick and chunky. This is a nice thin one with Deadpool kills Deadpool. I have read this before, yes. And again, it just needs to mix it up. So I need to mix my life up sometimes. It's funny, it's stupid, it's Deadpool, it's multiple Deadpools. It's that whole, you know what I mean? If you enjoyed Deadpool Wolverine, the ending of that, you'll enjoy all this because every Deadpool turns up at some point. I think even Panda Pool and all that sort of goodness. It's just funny. And it doesn't look half bad either. Marvel Zombies 2. Again, I did not read these properly the year before, 2024. So I thought I'd give them the run through again. Again, this is a continual of the first story from the first graphic novel. Again, it's a bit of fun. It's zombies. I mean, it's classic looking. It's a zombie flick at the end of the day. That's what it is. You know, it's just a lot of gore, violence, blood, guts. It's the story. Just surviving the zombie apocalypse. That's all it is. Still a bit of fun. A lot of fun. I picked this up this year and I thought it was quite interesting. Oh, geez. Deadpool First. So this was a amalgam of several big word, of several different Deadpool stories. They're not linear at all. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so we got them from the New Mutants, Deadpool, Deadpool Circle Chase, Deadpool 1, Cable Deadpool, Deadpool Team-Up, Deadpool Cops, Deadpool Merc with a Mouth. You know, it's... If you want to read this, but you don't want to take it out of its sleeve, I mean, this is what these books were for, or are for. Again, I got to read his origins, his first appearance, And then you can move on to all these other amazing looking. The artwork in this was redonkulous, you know. You go from that classic look to a bit more of a modern look to just action shots non-galore, non-stop, non-galore. Modern, you know what I mean? It's just, it's all Deadpool. If you love Deadpool, it has a bit of a info. Come on. The Deadpool saga, you know, it has a bit of info all on Deadpool and everything in his life, career, and death and after. What more can I say? I'm flicking through this rather quickly because there's quite a lot to go through. Deadpool first. Honestly, I would pick this up if you have a chance because it was fun. It was fun to read all sorts of different Deadpool stories, and it did not matter whether it was linear or not. You could just enjoy them for what they were. And we're moving on to a bit of Todd McFarlane goodness with some Spawn from Image. I forgot to mention about all these guys, but most of them you recognise from Marvel and all that. Marvel, DC, and I mean Hellboy's from Dark Horse Comics, but this is an Image comic. Todd McFarlane, Spawn, it's a bit of fun. What more do you want? This is, this is the main Spawn run, and it is issues 43 to 48 in this book. Again, the artwork, such a difference, you know. A lot of it was following these detectives, which was kind of fun. And then you also had the Spawn line underneath as well, which, let's be honest, the artwork, it just, I love this artwork. This artwork kind of really draws me in. Again, it's like Image comic stuff. It's always like this. It's always that little sketchy, I say sketchy, fine-lined and detailed, what I actually say. I mean, look at that. Look at the lines on that hand. The detail is ridiculous. I mean, look, it is beautiful. It is awesome. And Spawn is always a bit of fun, especially when he goes into his weird, wonderful, and gory. Oh, look at it. The worms. Spawn. You can't go wrong. Great read. I did enjoy that. Marvel Zombies 3. Yes, I was working my way through them. This does follow Machine Man. And I have mentioned Machine Man before. I do want to get the first run of Machine Man. I have a little secret spot for Machine Man. I do like him. I think he's quite cool. Yeah. Again, zombies though. Fun, simplistic storyline. Survive, destroy, eat. Not bad at all. The first two I thought were stronger. This is still a bit of fun. Again, Machine Man for me definitely makes it. Moving back over to DC now with Nightwing and Huntress. And you may remember if you watch my Comic Hunter series that I picked this up in another copy this year. So I decided to read it. And we know I'm a big Nightwing fan anyway, so it had to be done. What have I got to say this? It's a very classic looking style of artwork. This is like, the paper feels different to me. It's like it feels like paper. It doesn't feel like plasticky paper, which is odd for a graphic novel. But yeah, it's classic. It's classic Nightwing. It's classic Huntress. The artwork is beautiful. Yeah, it's not a It's not a groundbreaking story. It's not nothing like that. Personally, again, this is me. There weren't enough Nightwing, but again, it's not a Nightwing main line story, is it? It's Nightwing and Huntress. So, is it fun? Yes. Would I read it again? Maybe not this year, but maybe the next year. It's not a gripping story, but it's definitely one I probably could read again. No year is complete without me reading this one. I'm not going to go on about it. Civil War. It's a major plot in Marvel's history. So much goes on, and I do forget some of it at times as well. I mean, yeah, all these superheroes coming together. I'm still trying to get a full run of it. I've got the original run, I've got the second run, and I've got missing some of the tie-ins, which I've got some of the tie-ins in graphic novels, but I mean the tie-ins actually in comic form. I'm missing a few, but I'm almost there. But still, really enjoy this every single time, especially when Spider-Man shows who he is to the world because of Tony Stark. And the artwork's just great. Again, I'm not going to go into it. Let's just move on. Read Civil War. It's part of Marvel history. Like this, I feel, is part of DC history. That is Blackest Night. I know, I read some bangers this year. I really did. And yes, there is definitely a theme, isn't there? There's a lot of death. I mean, the Black Rings is basically death. Let's be honest. But yeah, it's colourful. It's beautiful. My lighting does not do it justice. I'm working on my lighting. It never does it justice. It starts off dark and gritty, but when the heroes are there, the colour is vibrant. It is there. It is believable. It is awesome. Read it. You need to read this. If you haven't read it, please pick it up. Read it. I expect you to pick this up pretty cheap now as well. Great read. Nice, thick book. Shouldn't take you that long, but you should not be able to fly through this too quickly. It should take you a little time. I was trying to read through all the Civil War tie-ins as well. The Fantastic Four tie-in is fun. I do like the Thing storyline personally a lot better. I wish they'd focused on him a lot more, and when he goes to Paris and stuff, that was quite interesting. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, not a bad tie-in. Not a bad tie-in. So I'm going to stick with that one. Same type of artwork as well. Very nice. Friendly. But again, this is why all these different heroes. It's good. Good read. Good read. Move on. And we're moving on to the JLA, Justice League of America, with the New World Order. This is a very nice, small book. Very, very small book, by the way. It's a very simplistic read. It's not groundbreaking, but it's a lot of fun. It's straight in there, straight into the action, straight into the suspense of who, what, when, why. And yeah, then all the heroes just go, start kicking ass. What more could you want out of a book, really? They go kick ass, trying to big bad guys. And the artwork's pretty good looking too. Not bad. Not a bad read. Small read, but not a bad one at all. Throwing a little Buffy in from 1999, the annual 99. Again, this artwork is always, I've always found like the Buffy artwork's always a little bit simpler, or simplistic, just simpler, from Dark Horse Comics. But yeah, this is quite a goodie. It's about some toys, everyone's collecting them, turns out they're demons. Classic, let's be honest. You know what I mean? It's literally, you could have sworn you saw this episode back in the day, but you didn't. You know what I mean? It's just a nice little story, a lot of fun. You like, if you don't, it's just a lot of fun. If you like Buffy, you'll love it. We got a hardback, Venom. I picked this up this year. Venom from Marvel. Classic Venom story though. Not so much him being a bad guy, it's more of him being an anti-hero once I open the bloody thing. And again, I say anti-hero because obviously Agent Venom is there, sort of thing, as he struggles to control the Venom symbiote at times, and he starts to lose control, as you can see. Brilliant artwork, great story, I really enjoyed it, I can't fault this. Yeah, a lot of different characters turn up as well, like, I mean, you're looking there, Kraven. Again, he's just starting to lose control and just, yeah, well, the way Venom just starts taking over and stuff like that, it is really cleverly done. I enjoyed it so much. It's a good recommendation for any Venom fan, or just if you want to get into it. It was great. More Deadpool. I've been trying to read back through the ones I forgot about. The Deadpool, yeah, not a lot I can say about this. A lot of dead people, a lot of fun. Great Halloween one. I personally said 1 year, or did I say it was Christmas one? I can't remember, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. A lot of dead presidents turn up. Deadpool has to save the world and kick ass. And again, classic looking Deadpool art. I'm moving through these a little bit quicker now because we are running through time. Let's start it off. Justice Be Done. The JSA. I don't read a lot of JSA, but I didn't know what to expect. And you know what? The artwork is very nice. It's that classic kind of story layout. You know, I can't fault this. And again, it's that papery feel as well. I don't know why they've done it like that, but it's not that plastic feel. And it gave me quite a lot of in-depth background into the JSA that I didn't know about, which was really quite nice, and they didn't draw it out too much. So it was a nice little A, history lesson, and B, brought you in to sort of to where they are now and why things are going along. And it's just really well done. I really enjoyed it. I do recommend that one if you get a chance to. Coming in with more Civil War, we got the Punisher journals. Okay, the Punisher, I do have a big collection, and it is in that Punisher style, like that artwork, the Punisher artwork and all that, and getting to see the relationship between Frank Castle and Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, was really fun to see because of their two different styles. And again, it's just great tie. This one actually is a really good tie-in to the Civil War. I really enjoyed this one. We have Blackest Night, Lantern Corps, Volume 2. And this is tie-in. So basically the Blackest Night we had was the main story. And then we have all these different tie-ins. So what is it? I think we start off with The Flash, I want to say. Yes. The Flash we start off with. We have Superman, we have Wonder Woman in here, we have all sorts, and again it's just that lovely looking artwork. I mean, look at the zombie face. Well, it's not a zombie, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's really good. It does have multiple characters, backstories and stuff like that. Yeah, I can't fault this at all. Again, artwork looks beautiful, great tie-ins. Doesn't really sort of slow down from the main story or anything like that, or bog you down like some tie-ins can. This I highly recommend. And we're going back to Marvel Zombies. This is issue number 4. I say it follows number 3. They don't follow anything really. It's just adding on more and more. But this more follows the Midnight. I want to say like more of the Midnight Suns, more of that mythological, supernatural sort of style, with obviously vampires, werewolves, zombies, zombie head, Deadpool. Again, I think I enjoyed this one a lot more than the third one. I think probably because of the Deadpool head, just with that comical value, it just gives it that little bit of an oomph to get you through it. But yeah, I still believe 1 and 2 are probably the best for me, just in story. That's my personal opinion, but still not bad. Told you I was mixing it with DC's Blue Beetle. I've never read a Blue Beetle comic. I will honestly admit that. Never read a Blue Beetle comic. I've never read a Blue Beetle comic until this year. And I went with the New 52, Volume 2, Blue Diamond, Blue Beetle. And I have to say, part of me wishes I'd started reading Blue Beetle a little bit earlier. Because you know what? It wasn't half bad. It wasn't half bad. The character I did enjoy. He is quite comical. He is a lot of fun. He is a lot of fun. The character is a lot of fun. And the artwork really draws you in. I mean, like, just that alone, sort of like, oh, that's a big step from dark, boom. I know. Who knew I did sound effects? But yes, really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed the dynamic between the character, his friends, and his family, and the way he acts around the other heroes. So yeah, I highly recommend people try Blue Beetle. You know? Give it a little chance. I never saw the movie. Maybe I should, because I read this. You know? Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the artwork. Again, the story wasn't a super story, but it had really good dynamics between characters. That's what I think I enjoyed more than the actual storyline, was the way he was with other characters, whether it be family, friends, or superheroes, or new characters. It was really fun for me to watch him interact. So that's what I'm going to say. Not long now, we have Birds of Prey. Again, I never really read a Birds of Prey book, but I thought I'd push myself into trying something new. And this is Volume 3, The Clash of Daggers. And again, pleasantly surprised. You know, like, boom, just like that. That just says it all right there. The artwork is brilliant. It looks so good. It is really nice. I think the artwork's what kept me going more than anything, because it does look so good and there is so much detail. You feel the grittiness of everywhere they go, and the characters, you really get a feel for them. Yeah, I really enjoyed this more than I think I believed I would. Again, is it the super story? I tell you what, it's not a bad story. It's not a bad story at all. You know, it does follow the I can't remember the organisation. The Owls, Court of Owls, maybe. with talons and stuff. Anyway, nice mix of characters though. Love the way they interact with each other. The way the story concludes was good. You know, yeah, all in all, I was pleasantly surprised with the Birds of Prey. Not bad at all. I picked this up and I couldn't put it down. I read it the first day I got it. And that was The Batman, The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. So, what have I got to say about this? This, for all you that prefer artwork over words, this may struggle for you, because this is a very wordy. And that's what I said to my other half. She goes, how is it? I said, it's very wordy. She asked me if I struggled. It's like, you know what? No. Because there was so much description, backstory, just everything. Like, and even the artwork, like really sort of when you see the artwork, you really pay attention to every detail. Because there's just so much going on. I mean, like, there's not a lot of words here, but there is so much going on in a descriptive art style. It does get really wordy in places though, personally. But it needs to understand what's going on. You know, I mean, there are probably more words than pictures on this page, but it describes so much. It's basically, it's not all about you being behind Batman and watching Batman kick ass. It's sort of like, Batman's back, and how are people reacting to that? How are people reacting to what he's doing? What's happening? And interviews with other people. Some thinking he's crazy, some thinking he's clever, some thinking he's the best thing since sliced bread, other people thinking he should leave it to the police. It is a real back and forth again. And again, I felt it was a real pushback in a good way to where we're just constantly just following Batman. He solves a crime, a riddle, and saves the day. This was very much on, you didn't know what was coming. It was very much on, that you never saw Batman all the time. You know, it wasn't every 5 minutes. Sometimes we were following the new Robin. Yeah. Then it does get grittier. It does, again, now we're back to where's Batman? They're talking about, describing it. I'm going on, but I bloody enjoyed this. It took me a while because, again, it's a lot wordier than some of these other graphic novels, but it's really good, guys. It's really good. Honestly, one of probably the strongest, if not the strongest story I read this year. This is probably the one I read this year that I really thought and went in depth with. So I've ranted to my missus as she's looking for her phone going, yeah, Honestly, grab it if you can. If you can get it cheap, great. If you can't, don't worry, just get it. You won't regret it. It was a great read. Again, I love the style as well. It's a real different sort of style to everything else I've seen. You know, it's good. It's good. And after that in-depth and crazy story, I went back to Deadpool. Deadpool, the good, bad, and the ugly. It was nowhere near as strong as the last book I just read, I tell you. But it's a Deadpool book. It's Deadpool with an afro. Did he glue it on as he actually thrown it? We don't know. But it was great to see, like, Heroes for Hire. I haven't seen them for a while. So it was great to read some of those. And it was a story that went from the past to the future. Well, to the present anyway. With ease. It didn't feel like it went over the top. Again, classic art style. It did have that very early stage styling, you know, of comics. It had that early staging, and then goes into the present and modern style as it goes into it via the story. Very easily. I'm wording bad today. But yes, not a bad story. It's good fun. Again, after the intensity of The Dark Knight Returns, I needed something to get me a little bit out of that state of mind, if that makes sense. Listening to Deadpool talk to himself and talk to everyone else, and yeah, it's just good fun. Brings you back out of that slump that you feel you're in sometimes. It's always good. JLA, the world's greatest superheroes Trial by Fire. And this one I was dubious about for some reason, because it does start off rather slow, personally. You know what I mean? You've got the Martian Manhunter being a normal guy kind of thing with his girlfriend, and yeah, I kind of didn't know where it was going. I was so confused, and I was very, again, dubious on the story. I just started, it was so slow in the beginning for me, especially after reading the Frank Miller Batman and then reading Deadpool. It's all straight into the action, whereas this was more, a little bit slower going. But I tell you now, once it got going, this wasn't half bad. Once this got going, this was not half bad. I didn't see some things coming, and I was always very much like, oh, okay, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? I wanted to read on more. You know, I wanted to read more. I wanted to figure out what was going on. What more do you want out of a comic, really? What more do you want out of a book? You want them to draw you in and make you want to read more. And this did it quite nicely, actually. Honestly, I was dubious, but give it a thumbs up. Another small book, and that's a Wolverine book, Get Mystique. And I tell you now, it was very much that. It was just him trying to get Mystique. It wasn't the strongest of stories, for sure. But the artwork is lovely, I have to say. It was lovely. Their interaction wasn't that bad, actually. But again, it wasn't the strongest thing I've read this year. The story was, again, very much, as it says in the title, of Get Mystique. So, yeah. And again, it's just that lovely looking Marvel style as they're going for in this modern age. There's not a lot else to say. A little bit of a fun read. I'd say pick it up cheap, personally. But, yeah, not too bad. Tank Girl. Let's go into some IDW goodness with Tank Girl. That's where they started anyway. I don't know if this one was done by them or not. But yes, Tank Girl. It's a very artsy book. And I say artsy because it is. You know, if you've ever read a Tank Girl, it's not that same style that Marvel have or DC have or hell, even Image and Dark Horse have. It is very much on its own level, personally. It's cartoonish, but it's not cartoonish. If that makes sense. I am just not making any sense today. It was great. I enjoyed this. It did get a bit slow in places at times, but it's a bit different. It's a bit different. It's a big difference to what I was. Anyway, but yeah, it's not bad. It got slow at times, but then it picked back up again. You could forgive it. You know? Not a lot else I can say about this without ruining it. But yeah, it's Tank Girl. It's a lot of fun. If you can pick up a Tank Girl, go for it. It just mixes up your reading, I guess. Tank Girl, not bad. Marvel Zombies 5. Yeah, I really was pushing to trying to read all of these. And Marvel Zombies 5, not bad. Is it the strongest? For me, no. Again, I think they're trying to flog a dead horse, really, as they say. But again, it's same style artwork. Howard the Duck in this one, which is kind of funny, with Machine Man. And yes, I know I said I do have a soft spot for Machine Man, but again, he couldn't really personally save this version. Well, issue 5 for me. It was not as fun as the other 4. That is my personal opinion, though. I still would read it. Was it as strong as the other 4? No, but I still would read it. That says a lot. Captain America. I know, I've mixed it right up now. Red Menace. This wasn't half bad, and I'll tell you why. Because it was based in England. And I'm not saying England, no, I'm just saying it was based in England. What's in England? Well, you got Union Jack, for a start, who he does join forces with. You got Spitfire, who he does join forces with as well. Which is a nice little mix-up, really, because you never really see these characters. Like, you do in the big join-ups and stuff like that, but you don't really get to see him that often in a storyline. Normally, Cap is joining up with all these other Avengers or the non-Avengers or whatever a group he wants to join up with, or he's just out on his own. You know, he's always Cap and Wolverine or Cap and Bucky or Cap and Iron Man. It's always those guys. It's never anyone different. And the fact he got to join up with Union Jack and he got to join up with this Spitfire character, which I personally hadn't read before. I never really noticed this character. I want to learn more about her character. I really do. Yeah, great. Great when you learn about a new character, genuinely. But yeah, it was a good read. I really enjoyed it. And it was because I think with Union Jack, you might struggle with the way his accent is, because he is a bit more London than most people would think. Obviously, being a Brit myself, I could hear what they were going for. Some people might struggle with the way that they wrote it down, though. Unfortunately, yeah. If you don't know what accent he's got, then you may struggle. Anyway, that's my only gripe with this. Artwork wise, beautiful, very very modern, very very modern. You know, but just a classic Cap story with some great characters. Now here's one, throw you off. Boom Studios, Malignant Man. Has anyone read Malignant Man? Genuinely, have you read it? Genuinely. Because if you have, put a thumb or do something in the comments, because I want to know who else read this. Because the way I'm about to describe it, I want to know if I'm right. This is from Boom Studios. Artwork wise, I like it. Very, it's not over the top, but it gets the point across. Story wise, though, I felt like it was almost it was almost like the first Matrix movie a little bit. Guy struggling. He's struggling with his health and stuff like that. Then meets a girl. Girl tells him he's got abilities. He starts using said abilities, learns to fight, fighting bad guys. It's just like, this all really sounds like Matrix. It was I'm not selling it greatly, but it kind of led on that line a little bit. I'm not saying the full story. I'm just saying it started off that way, then it went into a completely different direction, which was great. But yeah, it was an odd one. It's an odd one for my list, but I tell you what, I really enjoyed it. I was going, this is so Matrixy. It's unreal, with like tentacle, like looking things, and where is it? Tentacle looking things and all sorts. It's just like, this is such an odd thing. And then it started going into a different direction, and it's just like, oh, okay. It was great read, guys. I genuinely, if you've never heard of Malignant Man, I hope I'm saying it right. Malignant Man. You've not read it, you've not heard of it, give it a go, and genuinely message me. Put it down in the comments, or like, I've got an email in my doodah thingy. Let me know what you think of it, because I tell you what, I genuinely enjoyed it. And I'm going to stop going on about it now, because I'm just flogging a dead horse. We are near the end. We are on our last two. My voice is starting to go. Being around the holidays, it's too much singing and being merry. We're finishing it off with the second to last, Marvel Zombie Destroy. That's right. Howard the Duck is back for round 2, and he even got Dum Dum Dugan to join in to fight a load of Nazi zombies. And yeah, it wasn't bad. Again, there was a nice variety of different characters, which was kind of nice. They didn't last 5 seconds, obviously, being the fact it was Marvel Zombies. But yeah, it wasn't half bad. Personally, again, this is my own opinion, guys. Don't shoot me. Personally, I found this one better than the 5th one. The 4th. I preferred this version of it. I really did. Not because it's Nazi zombies, just genuinely, I preferred the story. That was just me. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Again, very modern looking comic. Very, well, with its Looney Toony Howard the Duck. Yeah, it was nice. It was fun. I would prefer to read that again than 4 and 5, personally. And we are now on the last of it. We are on the last one. And I think this works out to 36, I want to say, which works out to 3 graphic novels a month. Again, I want to try and push the 4 graphic novels a month, just to prove that I can read more if I put my mind to it. But unfortunately, in the way. And we're finishing it up with this one that I got for Christmas. And yes, I got it for Christmas, and I've already finished reading it because I enjoyed it that much. It's multiple little stories, but always Spider-Man in his black suit. Yep, that's the Venom symbiote. Black suit, not just his normal black suit. Like Spider-Man, black suit and blood. And yeah, this was so good. Because it is exactly what it says on the thing. It's all done in black and white with that flecks of red. And every story is completely different. You have some where there's a very nice story, and unfortunately it doesn't end well. But it's a redemption arc story. That's about it. Then you have this one with Mary Jane, which is more of a horror, which is more of a really sort of makes you get that horrible feeling in the back when you're back of your neck and all that. You have some with Peter struggling with his own mentality, fighting the symbiote before he realizes the symbiote is there. Trying to control himself. Again, he's fighting Morbius here, but him trying to control himself because the Venom suit just makes him a little bit more crazier to where he doesn't care about killing people. But again, it's that whole the reds joins up with Daredevil. What do you see on the page? You see black, white and red. You see the Daredevil on the page. It was a great read, multiple stories. It was real fun to sort of just be able to quickly just bang, 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 load of little stories over the holidays. Yeah, not one massive big story that I wanted to do, but I'm more than happy to do the little stuff, especially when it comes to Christmas and you don't have that much time. You're trying to give presents, receive presents, or cook dinners and all this wonderful stuff. This was perfect. And that is it. That's all I've read so far. While making this video. And that's it, guys. And that is it, guys. So tell me, what did you think of my read list from 2025? Again, there are some that I enjoyed more than others, but again, there are always some that I repeat every year. Deceased and Civil War are probably the ones I read every single year. But tell me, what did you read this year? Did you read any of the same ones that I did? Or did you read a different story? What story? I genuinely want to know. What should I be reading this year? I'm looking forward to reading new stories, bigger stories. Tell me. Please tell me. But enough from me, guys. Remember that you guys are awesome, and I will see you in the rest of 2026 with some more awesome comics, some more characters, more stories, and hopefully some more comic hunters. That'd be great as well.